To me, young means to explore new things and to make mistakes. The mistakes don't define us and make us learn.
Life is too short to waste time on something you don't believe.
To be young is to be open-minded, to keep learning before forming views on issues.
When being young, you can do your research wholeheartedly. You have a lot of time and energy to focus on one scientific problem.
Young means being in a formative stage of career. There is a chance to pursue a higher level, but you need to work hard.
Dear Stephanie, it has been 10 years since you have worked at HKU. Maybe it's a good time now to take a look and reflect on your research work in the past years and to make sure that it's centered on the topics that you most value. Since your PhD graduation in 2007, you have chosen the study of cancer stem cells using liver and esophageal cancer model systems as your primary research focus. Your work on liver cancer stem cell studies have been most fruitful in the past several years. I do sincerely hope that your research findings can one day be translated from the bench to bedside, contributing to the improvement of more effective therapies against the disease. I'm happy to see that you have chosen to do what you enjoy most. Cancer research has evolved not only as a job, but to be an integral part of your life. I do hope your curiosity, motivation, passion, and drive will continue to prevail in your future years, as this has always been what you believe is a key to successful scientific pursuit. Of course, continue to be grateful to the people that have given you advice and mentored you throughout the years, as well as to your dedicated and hardworking team that has stood by you through ups and downs. Without them, you will not be who you are now. And do always remember to stay optimistic. This is your greatest asset. Remember to embrace every moment of your work. With this attitude, you will be able to overcome all the challenges that lie ahead of you. Love, Stephanie, 2014.
Wireless communication has been transforming our lives significantly over the last 2 decades. I still remember the day in the mid-90s where everyone is using pager. Then in the late 90s, cell phone became popular. Now we cannot imagine what our life would be without cell phones. Wireless communication research is very exciting, as you can see the real product a few years from research. In order to further push the boundary of wireless communication technology, we need to shift the paradigm for the last 50 years. Traditionally, every mobile phone would communicate with a base station. Even two mobile phones are next to each other, signal needs to go up to the base station and then come down. We are investigating a new model where a cell phone can directly communicate with another nearby cell phone. This would offload a lot of traffic from the network, thereby saving energy and precious wireless spectrum. In fact, this is one of the key technologies in the upcoming 5th generation system.
As a research student of Dr. Wu, the most impressive thing is to find something originally impossible become more tractable after rethinking and rethinking again.
My research requires me to extract the meanings behind mathematics and match it to the real world. When I find a good match, I see the beauty in it.
Why do we need competition law? Just like in tennis, we need rules and regulations so that players can compete with each other on a level playing field. In the economy, firms need rules and regulations so that they can compete fairly with each other as well. My research interest is competition law in developing countries. One of the biggest competition problems for developing countries is price fixing by multinational corporations. Price fixing is an archetypal competition law violation. What is price fixing? The idea is that competitors come together and agree on a price. Say, for example, all the florists in Hong Kong agree to sell a rose at $10. A competitor may be willing to sell a rose for $5, but its competitors will try to recruit that firm to sell the rose at $10 as well, and consumers will be deprived of the benefit of buying the rose at a lower price. So other examples of anti-competitive practices in Hong Kong: construction industry. We all know the banks used to fix the deposit rate, and as elevator maintenance, they offer to consumers.
After being Thomas's RA, I became more sensitive towards hidden antitrust issues in our society.
I found immense passion for competition law as it involves multidisciplinary thinking, so I wish to further my studies on this.
Thomas is working really hard to raise public awareness in competition law, and I wish to join him to push forward the law in Hong Kong in the future.
I try to apply my research to benefit Hong Kong. For example, I'm the chairman of the Competition Policy Committee of the Consumer Council. I'm also a member of the newly formed Competition Commission. I hope with the newly introduced competition ordinance, we will have a healthier and fairer competitive environment for firms in Hong Kong.
I'm interested in climatic change on different time scales. I studied the climate change over the last 1,000 years and also a much older time, say 40 or 50 million years ago. I particularly look at the organic compound preserved in those mud and the sediments. So those organic compounds called biomarkers, actually they have a particular relationship with the temperature or other environmental variables. I go to many places to collect those say rocks and sediments, including, say, North Atlantic, deep ocean, and also I go to northwestern China. Even those rocks and sediments cannot talk, but the Mother Nature indeed that provide some clues on the climate change. Those sediments and the rock are like diamonds to me. I like to go to different places to do field work and to collect samples and also for travel. My kids grew older. I like to share with them my research findings, and even now I try to take them to outside and to look at the nature. Even though my findings are not big, but I really wish that my research stand for the test of the time.
Research is like trying new hiking trails. You don't know where they lead to, just walk, step by step. Sometimes the scene is there, but hidden in the fog. Perseverance is the key. Physics to me is to understand the laws of nature and then make use of them to change our life. I'm investigating internal degrees of freedom of electrons in new materials and how their quantum mechanical behavior can be utilized for information processing. I'm a theoretician. I share ideas with my students and postdocs all the time. Besides, I work closely with experimentalists. I enjoy seeing my predictions observed and interpreting unexpected phenomena. I hope our discoveries can eventually lead to faster and more energy-efficient electronics for future information technology. If you get lost, like in a fog, stick to your goal and be patient. Your effort will eventually get rewarded.